Champions League, baby. Semi-final, first legs are in the can.
They are. And I'm sad about it. So, I can't remember last time we logged in.
Last time we logged in was before...
Second leg against Real Madrid.
Yes.
We're through to the semi-finals, baby.
And now we're
1-0
down.
And now we're 1-0 down. Went to the pub. Sad times. It was a weird one. We'll start with Arsenal PSG, obviously.
Yeah.
First half an hour.
Going into the game.
Oh, are you talking about Tifo? I don't know. What are you going to talk about?
No. I was going to say, going into the game, I couldn't pick a team. I thought Arsenal, very good defensively. Okay going forward. Saka's back, so, that's a good thing. PSG, bit hot and cold. On their day, probably a better team than Arsenal.
If you ignore that second leg against Aston Villa, they've been the best team in the Champions League. But that second leg...
the first game where you absolutely battered them.
Yeah, and that one, that's true.
So, do you know what I mean? They're hot and cold.
But that second leg of against Villa kind of showed me they have,
weaknesses.
A little bit of weaknesses. It's interesting you said going into the game, couldn't pick a favourite, because Opta did, a probability to win the Champions League. I think it's Arsenal are favourites, but it's 28%, 26%, 22, 22. So it's very tight amongst all four, which is actually very exciting for the competition. You've got two potential new winners in Arsenal and PSG, and two kind of
outsiders. I don't think you would have. I don't think you would have put them anywhere in the top three favourites. Maybe Barca.
Maybe Barca. But yeah, two kind of big established European giants that haven't won it in a while in Barca and Inter. So it's an exciting Final Four.
Yeah. But going into it, I couldn't pick a favourite realistically. My sort of first impressions were this PSG team look like they want this more than Arsenal. You mentioned the Tifo. What the fuck was that?
Oh, it's mad because on Twitter I saw
the setup for it.
Yeah, but though before the game, I don't know what kind of fan group in the team in the club sorts it out, but they sent off designs, and I saw some of the designs, and they weren't great, but they were better than that. But Arsenal turned them down. I think it was Arsenal or UCL turned them down. It was have you watched? Is it Money Heist? The Casa de Papel, where I can't remember that Spanish song. This is good. But
the Bella Ciao one.
Ciao Bella Ciao. That show. So it was that, and it was
Is that not Italian?
I think the song is, but
right.
the show takes place in Spain.
Yeah, it's Spanish. Yeah.
Anywho, so the caption on the Tifo was El Casa de Arteta, and it was him with everybody dressed up as bank robbers above him. It was dead.
Yeah, it's better than.
But it was better than that. Yeah. And I don't know how that's been okay.
The worst part about that was that it was droopy on one side.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's a bit dead.
It was dead, and that was a kind of
it led
foreshadowing for the match.
Dembele's fourth minute strike?
Yeah. We started the game. My god, that first half an hour.
You missed place 14 passes in the first 10 minutes.
The first half an hour, I was like, on my life, it could be about 5-0 by now.
Yeah.
David Raya, so obviously the goal went in. I think they hit the post straight after as well. David Raya pulled out an outrageous save from Doué's kind of quick shot. We were getting peppered.
I think early on as well there was an interesting penalty shout. I think Timber has his arm round Dembele.
Yeah. Or Doué. Nah.
I've seen them given. If you have your arms around anyone in the box, seen them given. We'll talk about it later, but then I saw Arsenal fans saying that the Marino one's onside.
Nah.
He's about 400 yards offside.
I was going to say...
I saw someone on a well-known fan channel who said, I was at the stadium, I saw it in my own eyes.
Of course he did.
What, from the other fucking end of the pitch?
Yeah.
You donut. But yeah, it was a rough first half for Arsenal. But
bad.
There were positives. I think Donnarumma had a really good performance.
Yeah,
and that means that Arsenal made chances.
Yeah. I think so. I saw a stat after out of the four teams, we had the highest XG created and scored 0 goals. So that shows you the madness.
I mean, but you have good players.
Yeah.
But where the fuck did Martin Odegaard go?
Oh, I'm sick of this guy. So I have tried to make as much Odegaard propaganda as possible. He is so techie.
Yeah.
But
But does he think he's too good?
I don't think he thinks he's too good. I think he just lacks kind of like that intensity in his play. Like, at this level, you see Declan Rice like running around 100%.
So you think he just wants to be like a tempo man?
Yeah, I think he's just too lax. And I think that gets on fans' nerves if you're like 1-0 down and you're like chasing the game and you need to make things happen.
He ain't lax when he's going this every 5 minutes.
Yeah, I hate that we do
Oh my God. Mate, you're defending a corner, goes out for a corner. Fuck off, man.
I heard rumours the fans, I wasn't actually at the game, I was at the pub. I heard the stadium was a little bit dead, which you don't want for a UCL.
Well, it's probably dead because you can see it 4 minutes in.
Yeah,
and a lot of your fans are plastic.
I mean, Barcelona
especially
can
in
see
your
30
stadium.
seconds in.
In your stadium, it's very it's quite corporate feeling.
You hate to see it.
I don't want to be rude, but it is a little bit dead.
It is. Yeah, I think.
I feel like there's too many sort of people there who have season tickets that have just been sort of handed to them, and the real passionate fans can't get them. So,
no. Yeah,
the ones
it is
that
what it
cause
is.
a ruckus.
But like what you said, we picked it up in the second half, created chances. Obviously, there was a Marino header. There was a couple of other set pieces that were close. A couple of chances that Donnarumma made good saves. I think Martinelli's getting cooked a lot for that chance where he got it on the left-hand side and tried to bend it round.
Yes.
Great save, in my opinion. You probably should score them still, but great save.
Yeah.
But I do want to touch on this PSG front three.
He's good.
Doué is actually cracked. Like, this kid
He's
is
cracked.
insane. Yeah.
I mean, we'll talk about the Barca game in a minute and with Yamal, but I saw people saying like Messi had Ronaldo and whatever, Mbappe had Haaland. Who's Yamal got?
It is actually mental that the Mbappe Haaland argument is just in the bin now. Like, do you know that Andy meme, Toy Story, where he's like, I'm done playing with you. Like, Mbappe and Haaland are just below prime age, and nobody wants to play with them anymore.
Yeah. Is Yamal and Doué, is that the one?
Is it Yamal and... No, I was going to be that guy and say Ethan Winery.
What?
Or Miles Lewis-Skelly.
Yamal just reached 100 games for Barca.
Yeah, that's true.
20 goals this season and 33 assists or something like that.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Right.
I'm joking. No, I don't know. No one's kind of... Yamal is best player in the world
he's
at
17,
Yeah,
so someone will pop up.
Yeah, but Arsenal, PSG, going into second leg.
At the Parc des Princes.
Going to the Parc des Princes. But I said prior to the first leg, I prefer us going into games as underdogs. Like, I prefer it if we got a Inter Milan or Barca where
they're going to come at you.
And they probably are favourites. I think the fact that we were favourites, in quotations, against PSG, I think kind of, I don't know.
The emphasis was on you to go get some from your home leg.
And
I
think
one
just
down within 4 minutes
yes,
sets the precedent. It's rough.
Just after smashing Real Madrid like we did as well, and I know people can say, oh, it's not Real Madrid at their best or whatever.
I mean,
we smashed
they got
Champions
like a
League.
second Galacticos team.
And they won Champions League last season. We smashed the reigning Champions League team. So I think going into this PSG game, there was a lot of kind of hype around us. Didn't deliver. Classic Arsenal. But there's the second leg. We'll see.
Yeah. It's only one.
It's only one. Wallahi, thank God it's only one, because they hit the bar towards the end as well, and that could have been ugly.
It's only one, and I think... Do you know what? This game and the Barca game, it made me realise that I like the new Champions League format.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But bring back away goals.
Do you think?
100%. Away goals was so good. It was so much jeopardy. And it got rid of, like, a lot of extra times.
Yeah, but is not extra time and penalties fun?
I don't like extra time.
Nah, but penalties is sick, though. If I'm not involved. If we get to penalties, wallahi,
I'd rather just see a team win it.
Yeah, but
and
I mean,
away goals, it made teams... A lot of teams go... this isn't really representative of what happened in these two semi-finals, but a lot of teams go in the knockout rounds and they would sit back at away and then they go at it at home. And I think a lot of the time, without away goals, the advantage is given to the team who's home in the second leg.
I do think that is something that needs to be kind of...
Especially if there's extra time.
Yes.
Then that team gets to play 120 minutes at their home stadium.
So true. I think they should weigh it So I know this is the first season under the new format, but I'm going to go back to Arsenal, Real Madrid as a point. So we finished higher than them in the league table, yet they got second leg at Bernabeu. It should be, and I think they are looking to implement this, that where you finish in the table decides if you get the second leg, which makes sense because then it puts more weight on finishing well.
I also think that they need to have a look at how, like, Liverpool finished top of the Champions League table by a mile. Then they pull PSG, and because PSG only just scraped through.
But that's on PSG for being shit.
Yeah, 100%. But maybe there should be a way where, like, can the team pick their teams?
That would be mental.
That would be nuts.
That would be nuts.
Can you imagine the story?
Yeah,
Liverpool pick
all the fucking like chairman and stuff just sat in a room, just a draft. That'd be sick.
That would be class. Or like, yeah, I don't know.
That actually would be.
Or
jokes.
you could see like Man City try and big man it, and Real Madrid will have you. Like,
that would be.
That'd be nuts.
But yeah, Arsenal, PSG. What are you thinking for the second leg?
I think we're going to see more of the first leg. I mean, it's
two good defences,
two good
keepers.
I think
good midfields.
Realistically, for me, Rice and Saka need to have an outstanding game.
What they did against Madrid, yeah.
Yeah, I think that they're the two players who can drag Arsenal through this. The problem is you've got to contain the threat of Doué, Dembele, and Kvaratskhelia, and if it gets to 60 minutes and you're still 1-0 down in aggregate,
we're going to stop.
You're going to have to go, and if those man get in behind you,
we're in trouble.
Your bumhole is going to be leaking.
And it already is, mate.
But yeah. Like, don't forget their midfield as well. Let's not disrespect their midfield. I mean, Vitinha, Neves.
Vitinha, I think, might be like
one of the best midfielders.
Top 5 midfielders in the world, yeah.
He's like a little Verratti regen.
Yeah. Like a Verratti / Bernardo Silva combined.
Yeah.
It's techie, mate.
I think he's so good.
Techie, but like gets about. Yeah. Sick.
Their team is good. It's a really good team.
Yeah. I mean, and their manager, Luis Enrique, I think he's a really good manager. Worrying stuff for Arsenal, but we'll see what happens.
It is worrying, but like you say, if you go there and you get a goal early on, the momentum's all in your favour. If you go there and concede early on, you've got to go hard. But the thing is that Arsenal can step up the tempo when they need to. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
Let us know in the comments down below what you think will happen in the Arsenal-PSG second leg. Now, the other tie, what a game this bloody was. Barca versus Inter Milan. Inter Milan, who have conceded the least goals in the Champions League this season, but Barcelona, who have scored the most goals in the Champions League this season.
I always think that the best games of the football calendar year...
Semi-finals of
Champions League. Finals always dead.
Yeah, fact.
Finals always dead. So enjoy it while it lasts.
Come on.
But
I'll take a dead final if we win it. Give me a 1-0 to the arse. But yeah, what a game this was.
Yeah, it's just, I mean...
If you thought Arsenal conceding a third-minute goal away...
Tried Denzel in the first. Thuram.
Thuram. Nice ball in from Denzel, and then a disgusting little back heel of on the volley.
It looked so slow, like the ball was trickling in.
Was it Pau Kabassi in front of him slipped over, and then cheeky little back heel.
It looked like it went over the defender's leg. It was beautiful.
30 seconds in, quickest Champions League semi-final goal ever.
And then Denzel doubled up.
And then boom. That's another thing. I was talking about just before the video about Barcelona's high line being a problem. They're also shite at set pieces.
And you're good at set pieces.
And we are good at set pieces. But second goal, set piece. Third goal for Inter Milan, also set piece. But 2-0 up Inter Milan were. And you're thinking, Wallahi, blah, blah, blah.
Wallahi, blah, blah.
Barcelona are getting touched up at their own ugly. Gaff. Yeah.
But then...
One special little boy.
17-year-old... I was about to say Jamal.
Your boy Jamal.
What's his name?
Lamine Yamal. Wait, we've got a football podcast, and you've just called him Jamal. Come on.
So big Yamal.
Mate.
He just...
With the deadest trim I've ever seen.
I can't even explain it to you. When I'm watching it on the TV, it looks like the ball is super glued to his foot. The amount of times players will come towards him and he would just do like a little fucking... And I couldn't even tell what he was doing with his feet.
He's built as well. Like, he's not getting shrugged off. He's shrugging man about. And I'm like, 17 years old.
But he makes it look so effortless.
He's doing Messi-esque things for this Barcelona team.
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't use that flippantly.
Yeah.
Because no one moves me like Leo did.
He is just absolutely different class.
But
and
he is.
He was the catalyst for their...
You saw, like, he dragged the ball, right-hand side, depossessed DeMarco, beat two-man.
Saka-esque.
Come on. And then nice whip finish into the far corner. And he's telling the fans, not like Arsenal, who are doing it when they're losing.
Yeah.
Or he is doing it when they're losing, to be fair.
Yeah, but he's just scored.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not like we just won a corner and bosh. He's just scored a worldie and he's telling them to bosh it up.
Yeah.
He's like you said, 100 appearances already at 17. He is.
Did he score the second goal or did he score the first one?
First one.
And then, he naughty. And then Pedri, edge of the box, sort of does a little dinked ball in. Rafinha heads it down. And Ferran Torres. Yeah, on the end of it.
And it's 2-2 in a blink of an eye.
And then we're thinking, we're in for a treat here. And we weren't wrong. Right after the break, Inter go up again. Denzel Dumfries doubling up.
Yeah.
I mean...
Pedri, we've got to talk about that. Pulled his head out of the challenge.
Oh, mate.
I know the commentators were like, just put your head in there and get it disallowed for dangerous foul play. And that is what would have happened. But it's a sad state of affairs that would have happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pedri, lob your head in there,
He did it for the game.
Yeah, come on.
Did it for the game. And then Rafinha.
Jesus Christ.
What? I've never seen a football be hit so hard in my life.
The sound is disgusting. It rang through my TV. I was like, this is
when goals like that go in, let's just all have a bit of common sense and just give it to Rafinha.
Yeah. Well, why would you give it as an own goal?
I mean, technically, yes, the ball bounces down and wouldn't have gone in without. But just for the game, man.
For the love of the game, for the love of football culture, mate.
What a fucking strike. And he is...
outrageous strike. He's so good.
How good is he?
Yeah.
Ballon d'Or contender?
It's him or Yamal for me at the moment. Probably whoever carries Barca to the trophy will be the guy. Because, Barcelona looked cracked. But I did mention terrible set pieces. And that high line, Inter Milan had a few chances to break it. But their front, obviously Martinez went off injured and they had to bring Taremi on. Thuram's not the fastest. Taremi's not the fastest.
There was a lot of times where Koulibaly or whoever just would be out of position and one ball, like Barella, would just completely...
And if it was any team that had a fast front line, i.e. Arsenal with Martinelli and Saka or PSG with Doué, Barcola...
But you don't have a fast man through the middle. So all your balls will be going wide unless you...
That's what... That could work.
Yeah.
Martinelli also runs centrally. But
Trossard's not mega slow.
But yeah, Doué, Kvaratskhelia, Dembele. Mate, I think our side of the draw, if we catch Barcelona in the final, that high line is getting absolutely cooked, mate.
Yeah. But do you have the man to put it in the back of the net? I mean, we saw Martinelli getting behind PSG a couple of times.
I don't know. We'll see. Second leg at the San Siro.
Yes.
Talk to me what you're thinking.
I mean, it was a weird first leg because, like you said, Inter least goals conceded. Barca, I think they're on track to have the most goals scored out of any team in the Champions League ever. Which I don't know if it's fair because there's more games in the Champions League now.
It's true.
So maybe we should change that record to goals per game. But then
that's boring.
Yeah, it's more boring. I think Barca will do it. I think they're the better. I think they have more quality.
More,
going
game
forward.
Changes.
Yeah, I think...
Pedri look quality.
Pedri, great. If one of Yamal or Rafinha decide to turn up, you're really in trouble.
They did all this without Lewandowski as well. I don't think he'll actually be there for the next
leg. But I think Torres has not been a bad replacement for them this season. I think they will beat Inter Milan. And then I think they'll lose in the final to whoever wins out of Arsenal PSG.
Jeez, I do agree as well. Let us know in the comments down below how you think the second leg of Inter Barca will go. And we'll be here just before the final. Come on.
Carry them to the title.
Yamal. We'll be here just before the final. We'll discuss it. And then we'll be here after the final when Arsenal lift the biggest trophy in club football.
Is it the physically biggest one? It's probably up there.
Yeah, it's pretty wham. Yeah, it's pretty wham.
The FA Cup's quite big, I think.
Nah, not close.
Oh, is it not?
Prem's bigger than the FA Cup.
The Prem's pretty big. There's probably the Club World Cup.
Have you seen? I think they've got a new trophy for the Club World Cup. Is that
the weird one that you
the
showed
ball?
Trump?
Yeah, the ball where it's like got like spinning.
Yeah, you
balls
got like
inside.
mechanisms, and you got
Kind of nuts. Yeah.
But fuck it. That's where That's why a ticket to the Premier League is like £600.
God knows. Let us know. UCL final incoming.
Then the season will be done. But we'll be here to cover it. It's ball draw and it's live.
Man.